Welcome to In Search of the Divine. I'm Ann Thompson. We all take our turns going through the dark night of the soul, but today we're going to talk to people who have found that a little bit of faith, some hope, and some love can help navigate the way. Stay tuned.
Hi, we're the St. Joseph Workers.
We are women between the ages of 21 and 30, volunteering in a one-year service program based on the core values of spirituality, leadership, community, and social justice.
The St. Joseph Worker Program is a ministry of the Sisters of St. Joseph who strive to love God and dear neighbor without distinction.
In the program, we focus on living simply and sustainably,
working to assist those in need in communities where we live,
and learning about justice issues so we can advocate for systemic change.
If you would like to live with intention for a year and
grow your spirit
and learn more about justice issues
and polish your leadership skills,
then check us out at stjosephworkers.org.
1, 2, 3, St. Joseph Workers!
The National Institute of Mental Health claims an estimated 26.2% of Americans ages 18 and older, about 1 in 4 adults, suffer from a diagnosable mental disorder in a given year. Today we'll hear from people dealing directly and indirectly with biological brain disorders. Meet Donna. She's the program director at NAMI Minnesota.
I'm a suicide survivor. My father died by suicide when I was very young.
This is Ryan, an author and play-by-play announcer for Major League Baseball's Kansas City Royals.
The best thing I probably did is that I realized I was depressed, and I went at my recovery as a depressed person.
Theresa lives in Minneapolis.
It was at that point, a 2-month stay at the hospital, that they figured out that I actually have bipolar. I'm living with bipolar.
Anne and Michael are survivors of their daughter's suicide.
Why couldn't God have done something to stop this? Theresa was an innocent girl. She never deserved anything like this.
Theresa was 14 when she died.
Amazing stories, and as we're about to learn, all part of the sacred journey through the dark night of the soul.
I had my first suicidal thought at age 5, so I've never known a life without mental illness. Didn't understand mental illness, didn't understand my symptoms or how to deal with them. And then when I was 21, and I was going to school, I started feeling depressed and not sleeping well, sleeping too much, then not sleeping at all.
She was diagnosed with major depression, a couple months earlier, and so she was dealing with that. This act that she did was definitely a result of what she was suffering internally.
When you're depressed, you begin to feel as though you're the only one who could possibly have these feelings, and everyone around you is just having this great big party. Everyone's so happy. Everyone looks so much more happy and content, and so the anxiety really took over. I mean, it really took over, where I could barely get through the day.
As is so often the case, our experiences lead to a fulcrum where the balance shifts.
Everyone handles grief differently, but I would recommend when the hair on the back of your neck stands up and something doesn't seem right, it's time to talk to a doctor. And the hard part is the person who's involved can't always feel it. Depression can be very insidious. It is insidious. It creeps up on you.
I find myself in August of 2005 in a closet in my bedroom in this house where I'm sitting right now, fetal position, just crying like a 4, 5, or 6-year-old, because that's when I really started to feel this detachment.
I always had the wrong diagnosis because they never seen the manic part of me. They only saw the depressive side. So from 14 to 31, I was misdiagnosed. And that caused a lot of problems with my life.
It was 3 years ago, November 1st, ironically All Saints Day. Thought she had been napping, but she wasn't on her bed. And then I looked the other way, and there she was, not living.
When I went up to the room to find out what was going on, I was just in shock what I saw. Theresa was being held by Ann. There was a ring around her neck, and I thought that, I mean, this ring was like so dark, I thought it was like something was still on her neck, but there wasn't anything on her neck, and I felt it just to prove to myself that there was nothing there, and there wasn't anything there.
Suicide, I believe now they're saying, is the 10th leading cause of death in this country. It is the 3rd leading cause of death among young people.
More on the spirituality of mental illness in a minute.
Prayer is a powerful thing. If you would like the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet to pray for you or a special intention, visit the prayersplease.com website or download a free Android, iPhone, iPad, or BlackBerry app on your smartphone. Once you submit a request, it is forwarded to Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet in New York, Missouri, Minnesota, California, and Hawaii, and they are honored to pray for your intentions.